getting answers from Sacramento's most watched late news. This is the CBS 13 News at 10.
A tornado touches down on a day of wild weather.
Well, it was a tornado. Pretty clearly from the damage.
A dozen homes damaged. And tonight, homeowners and weather experts are taking a look at the toll it took.
And check out what Titan HD looked like at the height of this storm as it tore through our area during the evening rush hour. We now know it was an EF0 tornado that touched down in West Roseville. Thanks for joining us. I'm Tony Lopez.
And I'm Shannon Brady. As we have live team coverage on this busy weather day, Dave Bender keeping an eye on what's left of the storm. But we start with CBS 13's Maria Medina, live in West Roseville with some of the worst damage.
And again, this tornado damaged about 12 homes. This is the most severe with the windows blown out, and this is what's left of most of the fence here. And tonight we are hearing from the National Weather Service that this was in fact an EF0 with winds up to 70 to 80 miles an hour.
We've got a tornado, everybody in the house.
It was a scare in the sky in a West Roseville neighborhood.
I grabbed my dogs and all of a sudden this big burst of wind. I felt it on all the windows.
Seconds after hearing about the tornado warning in Placer County.
I looked out the window and heard a big boom.
Mark Thompson says he got on the ground with his dogs.
You could feel it, and I saw my bench fly up in the air and hit the neighbor's house.
It destroyed our couch inside. It blew through 2 windows.
Keith Kuhn says he and his wife and 2 sons would have been on that couch if they were home. The National Weather Service measured the tornado that hit about a dozen homes as an EF0. CBS 13 photographer James Taylor shot this video of the funnel as it formed in the sky.
It started getting darker and darker, and then I heard this huge noise.
It was scary at the time because, the wind was just swirling.
I saw debris flying in the air, and the tiles from my roof fell down, and I got super freaked out and I ran to the closet.
Bianca Marteja saw the tornado right before it touched her home. Most of the damage, roofs like Bianca's home and fences, but the most severe destruction here at Keith Kuhn's and Mark Thompson's homes.
My shed was right here on the side of the house.
A rare tornado touching down in the suburbs of Roseville that many here will be talking about for years.
Here I am in Roseville, and I left this 15 years ago in the Midwest, and here we are with a damage to our house from a tornado that actually...
It can happen.
It can happen, definitely.
This is where the fence used to stand before this tornado came. By the way, we also saw a lot of lawn furniture inside this pool after that tornado hit, but luckily, after all this damage, no one was hurt.
No kidding, and it was only on the ground for 30 to 60 seconds and upwards between 75 to 100 yards. Thank you so much out there. Great display of what an EF0 can do. And also, you're talking lawn furniture, it could have taken off just little pieces of a piece of the house, and that could hurt you. So if you ever know that there's a tornado warning, get away from the windows and stay inside, because even an EF0 can do a lot of damage. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at where things stand right now. As you can see, things are kind of winding down. We're kind of just going showery, and that's kind of pretty much what we are anticipating to see occur. A few lingering showers in the northern San Joaquin Valley. Over toward the east side of the valley, a lot of that false echoes. As we get up toward the north here, we can see some wintry precipitation and what's left of the weather makers that rolled through parts of Sacramento and on toward Placer County and on into El Dorado County. And of course, we can't forget up in the higher elevations, that's where we continue to have a mix of winter weather up there with a winter storm warning. So we'll see some more snow and potentially some more rain, and we're not done with at least wet weather for the foreseeable future, and that's some good news. Now take a look at this. We love it when our viewers send in pictures. This is a weird cloud formation out in Fitiment Road area in Roseville, taken by Wayne Reiser. And what's really cool about this, we were talking about the size of these storms, and when they broke away and literally became individual storms and there was enough shear and rotation, the whole thunderstorm was actually rotating. So that was pretty impressive. Now, a view of a funnel cloud from the upstairs bedrooms. Now, this is in West Roseville from Brian Haskins. You can see it right there. And again, the funnel, not a twister unless it touches down. Well, obviously out there in West Roseville, it did touch down and became an EF0 twister. Now from there, we got 3 pictures of hail. There was a lot of this going on. This is in Citrus Heights, taken by Steve St. Clair, and there's a couple of pictures here. You'll see one there where you got some hail on the ground, another on the ground, and then take a look at this final one by Lacey Carroll in Arden Arcade area near Cal Expo. Look at the size of those, marble-size hailstones. So pretty incredible right there. And now another shot of some of the funnel cloud activity. Tyler Moser sent us this one. You can really see the well-defined one starting to creep down right there. So again, a series of upwards. We counted with with James Taylor, our photographer out there with Mobile 13, upwards of maybe 6 funnel clouds from this before one actually touched down. Now let's go to some great pictures from Ian Schwartz. He is our weekend meteorologist. He snapped these pictures over Folsom Lake. Look at the size of that cell, and remember that entire cell there for the most part was rotating, so it was very, very impressive. And one final note here, we did have another twister that did touch down. This is up near the town of Willows, and you can really see it forming right here out in the field there. So they're going to continue, the National Weather Service, to assess what size that twister was by going out and doing a little more damage check, but they ran out of daylight today. So that happened there. We had the one around, of course, East Roseville, and we're going to be talking more weather, and we want to bring you the latest updates on this story and, of course, all the other news in the morning with Ron, Audrey, and Laura starting at 5 o'clock. So quite a crazy afternoon.
I want to, on behalf of my colleagues today, call on Senator Yee to resign.
An FBI bombshell. State Senator Leland Yee arrested and accused of trading weapons in exchange for campaign cash.
That's shocking news.
The powerful state senator, now the third Democrat accused of corruption at the Capitol. And tonight, Senator Yee is out of jail on bond, and his lawyer says he will plead not guilty to the charges against him.
CBS 13's Steve Large has been on this all day. He kicks off our coverage at the state capitol tonight. Steve?
Tony Shannon, no doubt about it. These are jaw-dropping allegations, holding the FBI affidavit right here, and it reads like a movie script. 25 people named, but certainly no one more high-profile than State Senator Leland Yee, also a candidate for Secretary of State and self-proclaimed champion of transparency. Only now, with these allegations, man, they read like something no one here has ever seen before, stranger than fiction.
Senator Yee?
The indictment reveals a state senator's alleged double life, leaps and bounds beyond what any of his Capitol colleagues could have ever imagined.
Anytime, one of your colleagues, but more significantly, that the nature of these allegations, gun running, I mean, it's a bad movie.
The 140-page court document shows Senator Leland Yee talking about smuggling guns in exchange for campaign contributions, weapons from the Philippines to the United States to North Africa through a trusted arms dealer. The indictment also reads, according to Senator Yee, the arms dealer had contacts in Russia, Ukraine, Boston, and Southern California. An FBI agent called UCE 4599 asked Senator Yee for his commitment. Senator Yee said, "Do I think we can make some money? I think we can make some money. Do I think we can get the goods? I think we can get the goods." State Senator Jim Beal has known Yee for 30 years before he was in public office. The two met when Yee was a practicing child psychologist.
And to see this thing happen is just a total flabbergasted to us and to me.
One of Yee's campaign consultants is also named in the indictment. That consultant is also accused of setting up a murder for hire.
The indictment itself is shocking and surreal. I'm angry.
Leland Yee, a longtime legislator, now revealed as a man who allegedly lived a stunning separate life, smuggling guns.
And I know you're going to get a lot more into this story and this report, but look, Leland Yee is a very familiar face in Sacramento in the Bay Area. He's been an assembly member and a state senator for about a decade. He's run for mayor of San Francisco. This is a man with a lot of connections. A lot of people know this guy. Now suddenly faced with these allegations, and you heard Senator Steinberg, the leader of the Senate, saying he wants Yee to resign effective immediately, and if that doesn't happen, they will be taking action to suspend him sometime by Friday, possibly.
Wow, what a day. Bombshell is right. Steve, thanks for all that coverage. Now, Senator Yee's arrest is just the latest in a string of alleged corruption at the Capitol.
It follows corruption and bribery charges filed against Senator Ron Calderon last month and Senator Rod Wright's conviction on felony voter fraud in January. Political analysts say this may help Republicans in upcoming elections, but it is risky touting the opposing party's troubles.
I think Republicans can play it up. I think they should be very careful and been very cautious.
I think it would be a mistake for the Republicans really to jump all over this because it could happen to any one of them at any time.
With Calderon right on paid leave, Democrats already lost the supermajority in the Senate. They could lose a couple more seats in November's election.
We're just scratching the surface of this story. Coming up at 10:30, the other major part of this story involves a notorious Chinatown gangster, a man known as Shrimp Boy. More on his connection to this case. Plus, Senator Yi has been a prominent advocate for gun control. What gun advocates are now saying about his arrest, that's later right here at 10. And we will continue to be on top of this story, of course, for you very closely. We'll be watching it. For the latest updates, head to our website, cbssacramento.com. New tonight, a suspect is in the hospital after being wounded in an officer-involved shooting.
Sacramento police officers arrested or tried to arrest a man suspected of a felony on 4th Avenue and 65th Street. That's when the suspect allegedly drove his car toward them and opened fire. A 17-year-old girl was also in the car but wasn't hurt. The suspect was shot multiple times. His condition is unknown.
A Sacramento man is dead tonight after the car he was driving got hit by a train. The accident happened at the crossing on Calvine Road. That's just west of Vintage Park Drive. Witnesses say the crossing arms were down, but the car continued onto the tracks. That's when it was hit by a train, then flipped over. The driver was declared dead at the scene. There were no other people in the car. No word on whether alcohol or drugs were involved.
Tonight, police are looking for this man accused of sexually assaulting a woman along the Arcade Creek Trail. Sacramento Sheriff's deputies say the woman was jogging near Garfield Avenue when a man on a bike grabbed her, pushed her to the ground, and tried assaulting her.
After my son went to the restroom, a violent explosion occurred.
Toilet trouble, but it's not what you think. The powerful porcelain eruption and the warning you won't take sitting down.
And a youngster who welcomed getting his leg amputated. Why? Straight ahead.
And it's been 3 weeks since we exposed how Sac Metro Fire didn't plan to return more than $1 million it never should have taken. The agency then pledged to work to refund the money. So what's happened since?
Don't go to bed yet. You have to see this video. In the nick of time, a close call caught on camera after a construction site goes up in flames. We're back in 60 seconds.
Uncovering luxury means taking a closer look and discovering that a dozen features don't come standard here, but do here on the Lincoln MKZ. It also means discovering that while others charge a premium for a luxury hybrid, the Lincoln MKZ hybrid has the same starting price as the gas model. I know, surprising.
It's the final days of the Lincoln Luxury Uncovered event. California residents lease the 2014 MKZ hybrid with a complimentary technology package included for $319 a month.
As a pillar of the community, Raley's is obligated to provide healthy ingredients and healthy prepared foods for everyone who's shopping in our stores. Our customers, our community, can expect to find more local products and more organic products. What you're buying to make your salad at home is the same product that we're using to make the salad you buy for lunch in our stores. For us, providing the healthiest meal is at the heart of every choice we make.
A 9-alarm fire in Boston today took the lives of 2 firefighters. Firefighter Michael Kennedy and Lieutenant Edward Walsh were in the basement of the engulfed building and they got stuck. Strong winds and cold temperatures made it hard for firefighters to fight these flames. 13 other firefighters were hurt. No word on what caused the fire. In Texas, heart-stopping video of a construction worker who barely avoids getting engulfed by flames himself after the apartment building he was working on caught fire. Look at this video. The building is slowly being taken over by the blaze, and you can see the construction worker standing on a ledge, watching it get closer to him. Firefighters eventually get a ladder to the man, but not before he swung himself onto the ledge beneath him to avoid getting caught in those flames. And then the building collapses. Luckily, that man was not hurt.
Scary stuff.
Wow. A 5-year-old boy is dead after getting hit by a bus in Modesto.
CBS 13's Anjali Hemphill is in Modesto with what happened and how his young classmates are remembering their friend.
Classmates of this little 5-year-old boy showed up here tonight to leave candles and flowers near the spot where he was killed, and many of their parents say they've worried about something like this happening before.
I don't have words to describe. Yeah, it's so sad.
These kids may seem too young to understand loss and grief, yet they came to remember their 5-year-old classmate who was hit and killed by a Modesto city bus today after school.
He was having a lot of blood.
Investigators say the kindergartner was leaving Tuolumne Elementary School and was crossing the street to meet his mother waiting on the other side.
He dashed out between 2 cars right into the bus.
When the city bus ran him over, pinning him underneath. He died at the scene.
She was just going spastic. You can understand, she was so upset. Her child's laying there dead. She can't do anything about it.
Nancy Haverly lives across the street. She says her husband tried to get the little boy CPR, but it was too late.
The other kids were coming out. The parents were trying to keep the kids from seeing it, making them look away.
I got choked up because I have a 5-year-old, and I just can't even imagine what the mom's going through.
Parents say kids run across the street every day when school lets out, and they say there needs to be more supervision or a way to warn drivers to be careful.
I know I'm constantly looking both ways before I step out to put the kids in the car, and it's scary.
A scary scene and a tragic lesson for these small kids to learn so young.
I told her to be careful and listen to me when I told her don't run, don't cross the street alone.
The school district says letters were sent home to parents about the accident. Grief counselors were here today, and they're expected to be back tomorrow.
Modesto City Schools Superintendent Pam Abel released this statement saying, "We are heartbroken over this horrific accident. Our thoughts and prayers are with the family."
Monday is the deadline to sign up for Obamacare, but people rushing to beat that deadline are being met with some delays. So to help them out, the Obama administration is giving more time to those who've started the sign-up process. Covered California, the state's version of the insurance exchange, may not offer that grace period. They are still figuring out what to do with the people who are in the process of signing up when the deadline hits.
Wild weather in California this evening.
Yeah, I lost count on the amount of tornado warnings we had. I think it was somewhere between 7 to 8, and 3 of them were right around our area, if not 4. It just continued on for several hours all throughout the afternoon. So luckily, at this point, only damage, and it was an EF0 out in West Roseville, and about a dozen homes damaged out there, and it looks like a lot of fence damage and just small pieces of lawn furniture strewn around and maybe a couple of roof tiles, so that is good. And right now, things are winding down, and it looks like for tomorrow will be kind of in the transition between what we saw today, where we picked up a 1/4 inch of rain around Sacramento. We actually picked up 3/4 of an inch of rain in and around Stockton, and like almost a 1/2 inch of rain around Modesto. And of course, we picked up snow in the high country, several inches of additional accumulation, and we continue with a winter storm warning up there. Things are really wrapping up, but watch this. This is another cell that fired up near Chico. It's pretty active. And last night, they had a tornado up around the Chico-Orville area, and that was had confirmed with some tree damage up there. So that's like, at this point, 3 in 2 days. So pretty wild couple of days across Northern California. And as you can see in the high country, we do have the wintry precipitation. More snow up there. We'll take all we can get. And of course, all that rain, if it's not coming down in the form of snow, is coming down those slopes and heading down into the reservoir. So 52 is where we stand right now in Sacramento, 51 for Stockton, 53 Modesto, freezing up around South Lake Tahoe. We're cooler than 24 hours ago. And at this point, we have a bit of a southwest wind at 14 miles per hour. So how are the numbers to go along with all this wild weather? Well, 2 days back, we were in the 80s. Yesterday, we were in the low to mid 60s. Today, we're in the low 60s. Currently, we ended up with a high today at 63 in Sacramento, 62 for Stockton, and 60 around Modesto. So back east, pretty good ridge back here, and they deserve it because they had some winter weather to deal with over the last couple of days. All the way right through here, we, of course, have this trough, which pretty much encompasses the western third, if not 2/3 of the country. And we kind of like it because we're getting moisture in here. We just don't like the unsettled thunderstorm activity that generated the tornadic weather that we saw today. Well, that should be out of the picture for tomorrow. In fact, once this goes on by, we'll have the continuation of some snow in the high country. A winter storm warning should expire tomorrow morning around maybe 10 or 11 o'clock, but we'll continue to have snow flurries of light, not just light snow showers up there. We're going to be watching eventually another piece of energy try to get in here for Friday, but right in between is where we are going to be hanging out for your Thursday. So things should be drying out, although we'll see some showers in the higher elevations off and on through the day tomorrow, and maybe something still lingering around for the early morning hours, maybe about 6 or 7 o'clock, and then we should dry things out for the valley. So most of your day here in the valley should be fine with temperatures only in the 60s, but a little warmer than today. So still some showers around tonight, 48 to 52, a little bit breezy, winding things down for a while for your Thursday. Daytime highs running in the 60s. And as far as your hour-by-hour forecast, I'm just covering ourselves that we have something out there, maybe a form of a shower early in the morning. And then after that, we'll go with dry conditions. Yeah, the sun will come in and out of the clouds a little bit, and then we'll go with maybe partly to mostly sunny conditions with a few clouds around as we go through the the day, and daytime highs are going to be topping out only in the mid-60s, which is about where you'd expect to be for this time of the year, and then back down by about 8 o'clock into the upper 50s. And we do have a 7-day forecast that's still pretty active. How active? We'll have thunderstorms on. We'll talk about that here in a little while. Now this.
Okay, Dave. No I in We Day, the Hollywood-sized celebrations for California students making a difference in their communities.
He's in the money and on his way. The local student who nabbed a nearly $200,000 scholarship.
And how often do you head to the movies? With a steady drop in attendance, the plan that could get you back to the theater.
Soccer fans win the Sacramento Republic Opening Day VIP experience. Tickets, an autographed ball, and more. Go to Facebook.com/CBS Sacramento to enter. The buzzer sounds March 31st. It's the final countdown of Matchup Month at your Ford dealer. Come in now to get up to $1,000 more for your trade. Focus is poised to win big with outstanding fuel economy plus cash back up to $3,500. The smart money here is on Fusion with innovative technology and low lease payments. Drive one now for just $199 a month. These offers end March 31st. See us now for buzzer beater deals. Hurry to your California Ford dealer.
These are the hands of a surgeon, a pediatrician. These are pioneering advances in heart surgery. And these are developing groundbreaking treatments for cancer. They're the hands of the nation's top doctors, Kaiser Permanente doctors. And though they are all different, they work together on a single mission, saving lives. Discover how we're advancing medicine at kp.org. Join us and thrive.
What will you get with your new Sleep Train mattress?
I'm getting a camera.
I'm getting an espresso maker.
I'm getting a new smartphone.
Through Sunday at Sleep Train's big gift event, get a $200 Best Buy gift card with purchase of selected Beauty Rest, Posturepedic, or Tempur-Pedic mattresses. Or get 24 months interest-free financing.
A new TV.
A laptop.
A game console.
Sleep Train's big gift event ends Sunday.
Sleep Train, your ticket to a better night's sleep.
The real deal is the Passat TDI Clean Diesel. Gets up to 795 highway miles per tank.
Actually, we're throwing in a $1,000 fuel reward card. We've never done that. That's why there's never been a better time to buy a Passat TDI Clean Diesel.
So it's like 2 deals in one.
Exactly.
During the first ever Volkswagen TDI Clean Diesel event, get a great deal on a Passat TDI that gets up to 795 highway miles per tank. And get a $1,000 fuel reward card. It's like 2 deals in one. Hurry in and get a $1,000 fuel reward card and 0.9% APR for 60 months on TDI models.
They're Sacramento's movers and shakers. Now, CBS 13 is giving you an eye on the city. A look at what they're up to all around town at cbssacramento.com. The CBS 13 Mobile Weather Lab, powered by Toyota.
A Sacramento teen has been awarded a $180,000 scholarship for college. The Marine Corps awarded Matthew Fukuhara the scholarship today. He's a senior and the student body president at John F. Kennedy High School. He's also the captain of the cross-country team, and he has a 4.2 GPA, and he now gets to choose to apply to a ROTC program at the school of his choice.
He'll be commissioned as a second lieutenant in the United States Marine Corps, appointed by the President of the United States and given a top-secret presidential security clearance, and have the President of the United States as his first boss on his resume for the future.
Fukuhara is one of 4 applicants receiving this scholarship. They were chosen out of 300 kids applying in total. Well, it sounds strange, but nearly 2.5 million toilets may be at risk of exploding.
News Tonight, Julie Watts explains why this bathroom blast has nothing to do with your digestive system.
Las Vegas killer toilet.
No, it's not something out of a horror film. These YouTube videos show the aftermath of real-life exploding toilets.
At first, everybody's reaction is always to kind of laugh.
But Home Inspector Skip Walker says these exploding toilets are no laughing matter. And in spite of a series of nationwide recalls, he continues to find them when inspecting homes for sale.
Everybody's does this "oh my God" kind of reaction, not realizing that they have something that's almost like a bomb in their bathroom.
The pressure built up evidently and exploded and blew the entire porcelain area off so violently across the room the porcelain knocked a hole in the wall.
The issue, Walker says, is how the high-pressure Sloan flushmate system works. Unlike traditional toilets, which use gravity to flush,
the Sloan actually uses 40 to 80 pounds of water pressure to force the toilet to flush.
Great for preventing clogged toilets in commercial models.
However, when they made the residential model, they went to plastic instead of metal, and it's not as durable.
The Consumer Product Safety Commission has issued 2 recalls for the Sloan high-pressure flushing systems, but they remain in homes across the country.
What if it's a small child standing eye level with that toilet? When this occurs, this is a really serious problem.
And while so far there are no reports of injuries, Walker worries it's only a matter of time.
After my son went to the restroom, a violent explosion occurred.
Thank goodness nobody was sitting on it.
Wow. The valves themselves were sold at Home Depot and Lowe's, but they also came pre-installed in many toilets. If your toilet had a recalled FlushMate system, you should turn off the water supply to the unit, flush the toilet to release the pressure, and contact the company.
All new at 10.
You know who killed Ellen Mills?
Shrimp Boy and the Senator. The alleged connection that landed a state lawmaker in handcuffs today.
What in the world? North Korean men ordered to look like their supreme leader. The hard-nosed haircut guidelines in the communist country.
You need to be able to know where your loved one is.
And another night of searching in the Pacific Northwest. Why crews say they won't stop digging for possible survivors.
It's all new and all next on the CBS 13 News at 10.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah.
Get into Nissan now. Choose Altima just $189 per month. Shop ChooseNissan.com.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing and takes too long. With over 200 companies saying they're the best, where do you start? That's why we created CompareNow.com. Hi, I'm Andrew Rose, CEO of CompareNow.com. At CompareNow.com, you enter your information once and instantly see multiple real quotes side by side for free. If you're going to spend 15 minutes, go to CompareNow.com and really save. That's CompareNow.com. Real, unbiased comparison.
When it comes to starting the year off right, moving forward in a new Mercedes-Benz is a great way to get going. And Von Hausen has the perfect sports sedan to upgrade your journey. Just slip behind the wheel of a new C250 sports sedan. The perfect blend of power, performance, safety, and comfort. And it's only $339 a month at Mercedes-Benz of Sacramento, Mercedes-Benz of El Dorado Hills, Mercedes-Benz of Rockland, or online at vonhausen.com.
Which cars have more horsepower than the Hyundai Elantra? The Civic? Nope. How about the Corolla? Sorry. Any questions? The Hyundai Elantra. It's simply pluses everything. The advantages of the Elantra. The power of America's best warranty. For a limited time, lease an Elantra for just $119 a month or get up to $1,250 in total savings. Visit your Roseville, Sacramento, and Folsom Lake Hyundai dealers today.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah.
Get into Nissan now. Choose Altima just $189 per month. Shop ChooseNissan.com.